Stuff. You guys were joined by an old lady known as Nana, and you decided to enter into the Wizard of Wine's winery. Discovered that there was a druid pouring something into one of the fermentation vats, and a battle ensued, which ended up with two of the vats completely destroyed.
No idea how that happened.
It was the evil druids. We saw them
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
We were too late to stop them.
Yeah, I saved as much as I could with create water, but
you
can't
you made your
save them.
way you made your way through the winery, taking a quick stop in the kitchen to gather supplies of various kinds, and finished killing druids both in a label making room and finally down in the basement where many bottles of wine were smashed, leaving their reddish contents all over the floor. And that is where we left off. Yes, and placed in backpacks.
Nana kind of looks around and can I start taking up some of the broken glasses and casting mending to start mending them?
Make an intelligence roll.
Okay. Oh yeah, I have a nice solid 11. Ooh.
Sure, you can start spending time trying to find tiny pieces of glass and putting them together and cast mend.
You know what? Nana's eyes are just too old for this anymore. She kind of straightens up and hums.
Well, the good news is it looks like we successfully cleared this place. The bad news is we nearly burnt it to the ground.
Oh no, dearie,
So-
we didn't. The evil druids did. We must keep the story as one. Nana
Yeah,
smiles.
I saw evil druids. That's what Sarah says, I imagine.
Right, the evil druids. Good. Are we done here, or did you want to continue taking a look around? Because I know some of you were borrowing supplies.
Oh no, dearie, I'm good now.
I think we're good. Oh, can I go look? Is there an office here?
Why do you need to go to an office? I
Uh,
wasn't serious about the supplies.
I just want to take a quick look at the recipe book.
By the way, both Kale and Wave would notice, so I was standing next to that wall. It's slightly cooler than the air around it.
We'll see if there's anything funky. Where is my investigation? I smell no funkiness.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything about the wall in particular that would cause it to be cold. It's just, for some reason, the wall itself is colder than the air. Now, the good news for that is that really does help with wine.
Gail just shrugs and says, "Can we get out of here?"
Sure. Can I go look for the office quickly?
Are the recipes for what?
Making different kinds of ales and wines. I do like to dabble. Maybe they have some very good like recipe or like secret methods.
Did we see anything that looked like an office, like as we were going through here?
You know what? I imagine that the printing press would probably be the closest you guys came to any type of office, considering.
Unless he had it in in the main bedroom.
That is also possible. But anything that specifically look like just an office and nothing else? No, you have not seen anything like that.
Okay, let's go. I'm too lazy to go look.
Well, since you've finished killing everything in here in the winery, you're not restricted by any movement. You going to the main floor, or are you actually going up to where that printing press is? Wave.
I'll go up to the main room.
Alrighty. Put you guys over here. Yeah. The air smells of smoke and burning. But it also smells of dampness where the water is taking care of much of it. But the floor is soaked. It's got some sort of reddish liquid in it, most likely wine, but it's very diluted. There are chunks of charred wood occasionally floating in that bit of damp. The legacy
I
of your
don't know.
battle here.
I don't know how much survived, but we should also let them know that they were poisoning the vats or putting stuff in it.
Yeah, probably.
All right, story straight. The druids burned this place down, right?
Yeah.
We can agree on that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, good. No one say anything else. We're good.
Kale
I
just
mean,
kind of
that's when we were-
shrugs, rolls his eyes and shrugs.
So, I imagine that you're heading outside?
Yep.
Yep.
You head back outside, pass by the fences, by by the groups of vines and grapes that seem to be growing very poorly, and find yourself back towards your horse, Irina, and the guy that's leaning on a cane.
At this
Some
point,
of the other
Nana would have
people-
already.
Some of the other people are also around dressed, but they're all dressed in cloaks and indistinct.
At this point, Nana would have doffed her rapier and shield back under her skirts, kind of hobbling along.
You have made it back.
Yeah. We eliminated the druids in the building. Unfortunately, they had done a lot of damage. They burned a lot of your wine.
His elderly face seems to fall. This is very bad.
You might want to check whatever wine's left. They may have poisoned it since they were pouring stuff inside of it as well.
He nods slowly. Yes, that does seem quite prudent.
Do you know why they targeted you all specifically?
A while ago, they've been starting to steal our seeds, and this time they stole the last one. And he starts shaking his head. I think one of them is over in the fallen town of Berez, but I think the other one's up in just down the hill in Yesterhill, where the rest of the druids are. We desperately need those seeds back, or even if it's just one of them, so that our fields won't die.
I'm sorry, these are seeds for the grapes you're using? You can't find any other
They
type of seed?
they are gems, the size and shape of pine cones. Each of them contains a glowing green light. It can be bright as a torch. They're not simple seeds.
Ah,
They're the only thing that help our our grapes grow so that we may make wine in the first place.
and you said the rest of the druids are at Yester Hill, and
Yes.
the other gem might be found at Berez?
Yes, that gem was stolen a while ago. And we had some information saying that it might have ended up in Perez. But before we could act on it, they came and stole the third one and spirited it away to Yesterhill.
You know why the druids are doing this?
Why did they do anything? He kind
I,
of taps the cane against the ground.
I just shrug.
I don't care why they are doing this. They have destroyed my family's home and business, and we won't be able to salvage anything without those seeds. Especially if the winery is as in bad shape as you say. We'll be looking at it, seeing what's happened.
I look to the others and I say, it seems like we have something to do yet to help him.
I feel like it would be the least we can do. I'm gonna look very specifically at Wave when I say that, to, I don't know, help out. Just take a look. I mean, I don't want to speak for everyone, but there can't be harm in that, right?
What time of day is it? Like, should we rest before we go?
I'm trying to remember. I imagine it's at least midday now.
Because we came from the snowy city with the abbey, right?
Yeah.
We came here and then we
the little
spent
village.
a good chunk of time. Thought we got here at noon. I don't know.
Okay,
Doesn't matter.
then it's maybe like 2 hours after noon. It's not like you
Um,
spent that much time inside the winery. This was like less than an hour, so
Mm.
Nana kind of leans to Layla and says, "It is best we go to Yesterhill then, for if we simply return the gem, the druids will take it again. No, best to salt the earth where they lay."
I suppose I actually agree with that. Oh,
Nana pats your cheek, and then moves slightly away.
And Elvin, I say, kind of say, what an odd custom.
I'll respond back very much. So, okay. I know some of you were using resources. Maybe we should take a moment to rest and then check it out, or did we want to go right away? I have arrows for some time, so it doesn't really matter what I need right now. So, how are you all feeling?
I feel like these old bones could use a bit of a rest. Preferably a nice cup of tea, good meal, and a quiet few hours to sit and read.
Could use a little bit of rest, I suppose.
I mean, Kale didn't do anything, but he's always up for a rest.
So at this point, the old man and the cloaked figures are all heading towards the winery, leaving you guys alone with your NPC.
Mm.
We all have to take this seriously and actually try to help them. We owe them that. I mean, that was a lot of damage. That was a
Yeah.
lot of damage.
is their livelihood as far as it goes. So I agree with you. We need to help.
Cal just Cal is just rolling his eyes like, and I assume you guys are including me in this little debt of yours.
I mean, yeah, just kind of guilty by association kind of thing.
Well, I just ran into you, came along, saw this winery burned down by, she looks at waves, it's evil druids. And now to be repaid this debt? Nana kind of works an eyebrow as she looks at between the four of you.
Look, there might be something in it for us too. I mean, there's always good things that come from helping people, and also, I don't know, maybe they have coin or something to repay you for your time.
Uh,
What's that saying about the road to hell is paved with good intentions?
Nana kind of says,
Or whatever this world's equivalent of hell is.
that would be, I suppose that would be current itself. They are already living in hell.
I think this is this world's version of hell we're in now. Actually,
Regardless, I think it is. I think you children quite need somebody to keep an eye on you.
I look at Nana and say, I am not a child. I'm older than you are.
Nana kind of reaches up to pat your cheek and says, "Of course you are, dearie."
Kale's just going to scoff at the whole thing and wander over to the wagon and climb into it because it's the only clean place to sit.
So, are you staying parked by the winery, or are you heading off anywhere?
Well,
To
either way, I
travel
need
to this place.
I should have a long rest. I'm nearly out of spell slots, but it's already midday. It's kind of early for a long rest.
I mean,
Unless we want to travel at night, and I feel like that's a bad idea.
how far away are we from our destination? Because we can travel a bit, sleep, and then maybe get there, depending on how far it is.
Kind of thinking we could start our way there, and if it's, I don't know how far south it is. Camp on the way.
Yeah, I think that might be our best bet to start traveling. And then we'll take our rest because we can't go into battle if we're not all prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Kale's already in the wagon. Arena is leaning next to the wagon.
Just pile in
Nana,
and go south, right?
Yeah. Ray will climb into the wagon and offer a hand to Ariana to help her into the wagon.
Nana's going to climb into the back of the wagon. She can't really walk that long distance.
If there's space, I'll hop in too.
We all fit, or
And
we
if
have been
not,
at least.
yeah. And then while I'm back there, can I try to sketch out a map of the locations we've been to just so we have a general idea of where we are?
Hold on. I believe we have a map here. Big question is, what can you guys see? Can you guys see the entire map or nothing?
It's like I can see the entire
No.
map.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing
Oh.
on it, so. I mean, it's the map, but there are no locations indicated on it.
Yeah. So you guys are currently right over here.
Ah,
So each square is a quarter mile, I think it says.
Yep.
We're going
Which-
down here.
Which really confused me the first time we played. I didn't realize that everything was that close together, and so I stretched things out a lot more.
So about 5 miles. It's only about 5 miles to. I'm assuming we're going down here.
Yes.
So it's only about 5 miles. So unless we're going really slow, I mean,
We could try to be as stealthy as we can about it if we wanted to go slow to stretch out our time, or we could just go and take an early rest.
Said, I think I vote for going stealthy. Said, I don't think we want to be walking out in the dark. Rivia doesn't give me the vibes of, oh yeah, it's totally safe to be out in the dark.
Yeah.
I think we want to rest.
All right. So where exactly do you want to get up to before resting? Now that you see this map in front of you. Got it. That
right
sounds
on
like
the
a good
edge.
place. Yeah. All right. So you leave the area of the winery. You make it down there, close to the hill before nighttime, but further enough off that you're not quite seeing it. It's like basically, I'm guessing that you stop once it gets dark.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to take watch?
I'll take first watch.
I'll take second watch.
If we need a third watch, I'll be third watch.
No, definitely a third watch. Sometimes we even need a fourth watch. So, third watch you are taking.
Mhm.
Gonna tell Squeak to keep an eye out all night because he's a familiar and doesn't actually sleep because he's not real.
All right, let me go.
I will tell him to help whoever's on watch. So whoever's on watch gets advantage, I guess.
So everyone.
Yeah. I just am gonna tell him, help, I'm gonna get my beauty rest. You help them watch.
Okay. Let me roll again. Oh, that's 11.
You do hear the occasional clap of thunder coming from the southwest, but you don't see anything during your watch, Nana.
Okay. Yeah, and we'll go to bed. And I presume I can go ahead do a long rest.
Yes. Alira, as you are watching, you definitely see the occasional bolt of lightning somewhere to the southwest. You just barely make out above the trees. Layla, you see about the same.
All right, and this is the exact direction that we're heading.
Yep. It's definitely coming from further down that path.
Oh boy.
So, other than the occasional flashes of lightning and soft sound of thunder coming from that direction, your evening is fairly uneventful, and you manage to sleep off your damages and effects and regain your spells from the day before.
Okay. Let's see. I'm debating if I should go ahead and re-prepare some of my spells so I can do that as a cleric.
Did you all see that lightning last night?
I did.
I heard it, darling. Theory. Sorry, not darling theory. I didn't see anything.
Mm. Do we think that's naturally occurring, or are we fearing that's magically induced? Because I personally don't want to get electrocuted.
Mm, what would you want? Well, I guess we gotta get closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I might be able to tell if we were closer.
Yeah, if we could do that when we start getting closer, that'd be nice. Just because I'd at least like to be aware of what I'm going to get into. And I don't know. It could be naturally occurring. I just don't know.
Do you continue down the path?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Clip, clap, clip, clack on your horse. The trail through the thick woods lead to a hill covered with dead grass and cairns of black rock. Dark, ominous clouds still gather high above, blocking out the sun even as it's rising, and you see the occasional bolt of lightning striking the hilltop. West of the hill, the land of the woods and sky vanish behind a towering wall of fog.
We can see that entire map, just so you know.
I know. You're supposed to be able to see the entire map.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on. Much easier if I just grabbed you off the landing page and there we go. Since you also get to use your horse here. There we go. It's more like that. I kind of hate this map because it's like 10 feet instead of 5. So fighting on it nearly impossible.
Yeah.
But you need it for at the very least for exploring.
Yeah. As we're walking, I'm going to target myself, Layla, and wave and cast aid at the third level.
How many hit points do I gain?
10.
I'm gonna go ahead, draw my rapier and shield again.
I'm holding up my shield, and I'm gonna make a potion of resilience and hand it to Nana.
Thank you, dearie.
If you
takes the
drink
potion.
it, you have a +1 to AC for 10 minutes.
What level are you guys at?
5.
5.
Okay.
6. Right. Well, we're looking for a green glowing gemstone. Can't be that hard to miss.
Right.
And I'm sure it'd be well guarded too.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
streak of lightning hits around here.
It hits very specifically in the center of the circle.
Well, it seems to actually be hitting the edge of that ring, but it just seems to be headed. You just saw the lightning strike down in that area.
Hmm.
Does the lightning keep striking, or did it just strike once?
Another minute or two goes by, and another streak of lightning. And it seems that the lightning is occasionally striking the ring that is around this area. Atop the hill is a wide ring of black boulders and smaller rocks that collectively form a makeshift wall enclosing a field of dead grass. You can see the lightning striking the edge of the ring from time to time, illuminating a ghastly 50-foot tall statue made of tightly woven twigs and packed with black earth. The statue resembles a towering, cloaked man. All
I
around the
bet that's
hill.
where the,
Oh, all around the hill, by
sorry.
the way, you see dirt trails running in two concentric circles, all with the cairns that encircle the hillside. Each cairn is a 10-foot high mound of slimy black rocks. That would be each one of these.
Right. Nana's going to kind of look at the statue. He's like, I bet that's where the gemstone is. Why wouldn't it be there?
Yeah, of course it'd be there, right?
Exactly.
By the way, that ring of boulders surrounds the field, is 20 feet in diameter and ranges from 4 to 10 feet high.
Except
Um,
if the squares are 10 feet, then it's not, it's bigger than that.
Yeah, it's just like the height.
So you said in diameter, which is
Feet in diameter. Yeah, that's what it says. Well, it is. Actually, yeah, you can measure it.
I think you have the scale on the map.
The scale. Yeah.
The scale's automatically set. I haven't changed it.
Yeah, we're gonna move very slowly here, though. Maybe you should make our token smaller?
Did you say the squares are 10 feet?
Hold on. Actually, oh no, that's right. This is the one that the stupid 50-foot square map. So
Okay,
yeah,
they're
it's impossible
50-foot
to
squares.
move
That's why I was confused, because I was like,
it. It's impossible to
this
move on in
is
battle. Which is, I tried that the last time, and it was really stupid of me. So this time, battles break out. I'm going to grab your tokens, drag them on another map, and have the battle there.
is the the area we're standing on, it's like following a path, is it?
Yeah, you're following a dirt
Hmm.
path.
If I look at the ground, do I see any footprints, any tracks?
Roll either investigation or survival, depending on which you would prefer.
Are we in a
Are you ready?
forest?
You are surrounded by forest, so I will say for in terms of rangerness, you are in a forest.
Right, nice.
I mean, it is a hill, but it's surrounded by woods, so I'm calling rangers can still track as if it's a forest. All right. Yeah, you do see shoeless footprints that look like human feet uh, up and down these paths, and occasionally traveling around the circles from what you can see. They are well used paths and look like people have been walking along them recently.
Okay. Can I determine their size and number?
You can determine that they're at least adults. It's hard to tell just how many because it is such a well-used path that
Hmm,
it could be. It's probably not just one person. Is basically the main thing to look at here. It's like multiple people, but how many multiple people is hard to tell. Uh, this would be like any road in a village, sort of thing.
Okay, got you. Right, well, I mean, did we want to make our way around these circular patterns, or are we just going straight for it? Because I have a feeling it's going to get messy regardless.
Let's go around first and see like if there's like anything around it. Because if we go straight up and get zapped, I don't know. Think better to check out if there's anything else in the area.
No, fair enough. All right, we want to be quiet about it, right?
Hmm, preferably, I guess.
Okay. I'll cast Pass Without Trace.
Noah's gonna be like, I don't know how to be quiet.
Nan's just like, these old bones just aren't very that quiet anymore.
It's okay. We'll take care of it. No worries. We're fine, guys. Everything's fine.
The more you say that, the more I think you don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, dearie. She pats your shoulder like, I'm here. Nana will take care of it.
I appreciate that. Okay. Are we good?
Kale would say something along the lines of bringing up what Ollaras said yesterday about this being hell. I don't know if it matters. I think we're already dead.
Alrighty.
Let's see how
He,
not
he
quiet
seems
I
kind
can
of
be.
cheerful about it.
Nana just looks over to Kale as he's like,
Oh, yes, I'm
Darn
really
it.
quiet.
Oh
Uh-huh.
my god,
I
not the
expected-
cleric. Clang, clang, clang.
Alright, let me
Uh,
roll.
Quick question: does scale mail give you disadvantage on stealth? Okay.
Hey,
Oh,
Wow.
Nan is.
What the fuck?
We're really sneaky group here, our host.
Kale is like just wondering if he should even bother at this point, because like
Hey, we
You're
have
fucking around a band with you, aren't
we don't.
you?
Do we get advantage or just +10?
plus 10.
That's plus
Plus
10.
Alright,
10.
so
I had a negative one for some.
there you go. I got a 30.
Don't
Wow.
worry, Clanktown is on its way.
Clangtown's coming to town. All is not well in Clangsville.
Irina kind of like looks over at the field with distrust, and Sarah volunteers to stay behind to keep an eye on her.
It's a good idea.
No. Let's be real. He heard us trying to sneak and was like, "Yeah, no. If this is
Strahd
Yeah.
for
sneaking,
me, Sarah.
it's like if this is sneaking, I don't want to find out what fighting is."
Oh goodness.
So, where does your party wish to go? You have freedom of movement on your tokens.
Because I have no choice.
Did
Well,
we
where
want
do
to
you
start?
want to go? Wherever Layla goes, Nana will follow, probably a few feet ahead of her.
That's not
Well,
really
did we
following
want
now,
to
is
start?
it?
No,
Blast
it'd be
radius on
leading.
most spells, I'll say that far away from the two clanky people.
Well, since each square is 50 feet, we're good.
Yeah.
But you need to be within 30 feet of each other for the.
Okay, I guess I gotta say.
What does it?
That
What
didn't
does it
matter.
matter?
Well, I mean,
Us clanky people, we should,
when I move
like
you
we
onto
should just.
when I move you onto a different map for battles, it will matter there.
Yeah, but right now, the clanky people need to stick together and run.
Clink, 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 clink.
Which is funny because Nana is wearing a lot of skirts. Over, like she's wearing underskirt, her armor, then 2 overskirts.
The hunter can't even see you right now, Kale. You have blended perfectly with the shadows and have vanished.
He is smirk.
He is one of the shadows, and the shadows are with him.
More so than the Cheshire Cat.
It's because he spends all his time hiding. He's just really good at avoiding the consequences of his actions
Yes.
and the actions of those around him. All right, so we're clanking over here.
Yeah, I say we stick to the path, walk around.
Nana has no problem. She's holding her shield, her rapier. She is down for business.
And it's got to protect her brood, right?
Hmm?
So it looks like you're coming close to some of those stones.
Find out every stone you stand next to explodes within 1 billion feet radius.
Can I cast a detect magic on that stone?
On the
Or-
the stone cairns?
Yeah, can I just cast detect magic and see?
Detect magic is on yourself. I don't think it's on a specific.
Yeah, not me, but I'm going to stand within the 30, at the edge of the 30 feet radius and kind of cast it. See if anything pings. I didn't survive this long by being an idiot.
You are a paladin, yes?
Huh?
Nana. Nana is a paladin, yes. So, there's something magical nearby in one of the piles of stone. And it is at that point that Layla, you start feeling a little tingle. And you hear a whisper that seems like as if it's being carried on the wind. A deep voice, though, saying to you and to you alone, Layla, long have I waited for one who is worthy. My spear hungers for blood. Retrieve it and rule these mountains in my steed, just like the mighty warriors from the early days of the Whispering Wall. Only you, Layla, heard that.
Good, because Nana would be smiting some ass.
Stop moving immediately.
What is it?
Dearie, are you quite alright?
I'm just gonna whisper out loud. Who are you? What's your name?
Valeria?
No, not that. Just. What's your name?
She's losing her mind.
Happens to the best of us, dearie. Come here. Nana's gonna walk over to Layla, kind of help her sit down, and say, "Wave, darling, do you have a cup of tea? Cup of tea is the best thing
No,
for
no, no,
calms
no,
the
no.
nerves."
No, we don't have time. You all
Hey,
didn't.
nonsense. There's always time for.
Something. It said something about a sphere. A spear. You all didn't hear that.
Nope.
Hear what, darling?
Absolutely something we did not hear.
Something
Quite.
about being worthy to retrieve the spear and blood and not great.
Hmm.
I don't know. Sorry. I'm just concerned it came from that. I'm gonna gesture over to that circle. I don't know what that is.
Actually, it's one of the piles of stones nearby, not the circle. The same,
stones. Okay.
basically the same one that Nana was starting to set something magical about.
Do I know which one specifically?
It's whatever's the closest one is to you. Since again, this map is got a weird scaling thing, so it's hard to
Pick
actually
one.
point
That
at a
one.
particular one.
It'll be that one. Yeah.
So it's whatever one's closest to you.
Look, I heard it. It's from that. That's what I heard it from. It was a whisper, a very deep voice.
Okay. Nana's gonna. Let me bring up my features. I'm going to burn one of my divine sense to see if I sense any celestial fiend or undead within 6 feet, not behind total cover.
Within 60 feet of you, you do not sense anything. Maybe a slight bit of undead, but basically what would be the after image of a ghost. A ghost that's not exactly a ghost, but isn't fully at rest, sort of thing. Uh, it's hard to explain. Basically, something that it won't attack, won't even manifest, other than whatever it used to just talk to Layla.
Yeah, so
And
like
of course,
kind of.
Kale's familiar would also ping off of that.
Nan's gonna kind of look at the familiar, and then kind of raise an eyebrow, and look over at Kale and says, "Dear one, we must talk about that later." Of course, when she says talk, it's kind of a not quite a disapproving scowl, but definitely more of a kind of a concerned look.
He just
And that would
raises an eyebrow and scowls at her. Just what?
Nana's gonna kind of turn around and adjust her shawl and says, like, perhaps we should save this for after we deal with the druids?
I don't know. This feels kind of pressing to me. Because if we're going to walk through, do we think this is going to happen at each one? Because I'm going to have a mental breakdown.
Dang. Perhaps I could help. Nana's like, I could cast a little spell of protection over you against undead.
Sarah probably would have already grabbed it. Whatever is underneath the rocks.
Mm, it's coming from beneath the rocks, huh?
Yep, beneath the rocks of one of the
Perhaps
currents.
Nana kind of moves over to you, Layla, places a hand on your shoulder. Says, perhaps you would like a protection spell before you touch any rocks. She kind of looks at you.
If you can spare it, that'd be nice. I am going to be touching these rocks, though, just so we're all clear.
Nana's like, of course. And I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on her. And yeah.
All right.
Kind of sprinkle you with a bit of holy water because, I'm a cleric. I have holy water.
Alright.
There you are, dearie.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna pull out my staff, and do the same thing I did when I was poking at that wrapped up baby in the cradle, and I'm just gonna start poking into the stones to see what I can get at.
Poke. 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 Roll strength check.
I'm so weak.
So you manage to push aside a stone here, a stone there, and you spot a what looks to be a skeletal arm, and clutched by it loosely is what appears to be a nicely preserved spear.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Well, I found its spear. Their spear. I shouldn't touch this, right? That'd be a bad idea.
I think it'd be a worse idea if one of us were to touch it. Nana comments.
Not helping.
It is a true statement, darling.
Yes,
No,
we
she
are.
has a point.
When a guy
The
offers
voice-
you his spear, it would be rude not to take it, right?
It doesn't sit right.
And you have a spell of protection around you. And don't worry, darling, if anything were to happen, well, I'll make sure it isn't painful. Nana gives you a smile.
I'm going to be very upset if you all have to kill me. It's fine. It's fine. I want to at least know. It's not a good idea, but I'm going to do it.
I
Oh,
mean,
I'm
you
doing
do
a
the
lot of
same for me,
talking.
right?
Yeah. I grabbed the spear.
Alright. You pull the spear loose. It almost feels like it was made for you.
Oh,
This is weird because I feel like this is very good for me, but at the same time, this isn't really what I do.
It's been a long time since I held a pole arm, but I could show you a few pointers, Nana offers.
Sure, but I think it's fine. I'll just hold on to it. I'm sure nothing will come of this. Just nonsense.
Why does that make me think of famous last words?
Okay, I'm fine. Nana, thank you for putting that spell on me. I don't know. We can do it. It's fine. I'll just let's keep going. It's okay.
Right? That blade does. That blade does, of course, require attunement.
Sure.
Honestly, the whole bathe in blood or drink blood gets me my hackles up like it might be cursed.
Couldn't be. Never.
Next level, I think I can get removed curse, so we'll be a-okay.
Just have to wait till next level. It'll be fine.
Sure, trust me on that. I'm a
Yeah.
professional.
Yeah, nothing terrible is going to happen between levels.
No, we're good.
No, of course we're good. We're golden, in fact.
We are great, aren't we?
Mhm. So when are we going to level up?
You'll find out.
All right.
So you start making your way past the various cairns. Now that you found an interesting item inside one of them.
And none of the other ones I passed have said anything.
Not yet. All of them have
you just
stayed
just hear like, "Hey, how's it going?" from one of them. Yeah,
quiet.
Ray, get out.
How you doing? So that protection from is going to then takes 10 minutes. Then it ends.
Gotcha.
Quentin, you still there?
Yep.
Nana goes clank, clank, clank.
Clank, clank. Yes, indeed, you are very late.
Which again said, I'm wearing so many skirts. I shouldn't be, but I am. Or maybe it's just I'm making no real attempt to hide. I'm just walking around. I'm not used to hiding. I don't hide. I'm the frontline tank. Come on. You don't hide. You face it like a man.
From this angle, what you see well up the hill, although it looks like it'd probably be very difficult to climb up said hill. Like, you could potentially fly up if you had the ability. But you can make out some kind of bizarre tree on top of the hill. It's right at the south end, and you can see this one big tree and a bunch of dead or very sickly shrubs and other dead looking trees. But the big one at the center, you can make out something that occasionally reflects every time one of the bolts of lightning come down into the center area. It's over here reflecting, but then there's something in that dead tree that you can see reflected from the lightning. You also see some kind of movement around the outside of that tree. But you can't make out anything else really from this distance.
Nana's going to turn to the group and says, "So, who wants to do an ambush? Or a reverse ambush?"
I think they know we're already coming.
But do they know how many strong we are?
Oh, that's right. You attuned to that evil stick, you said.
Huh?
Is this something that was mentioned earlier?
Evil stick.
Who the hell attuned to an evil stick?
It's already in your. It's already in your
Oh.
inventory, Cal.
Oh no.
Oh no, a spirit.
I
It's
mean, I mean, it's already in your under
Oh, yeah.
magical items. Yeah,
I know. I have it.
couldn't remember. What? They just called it evil because it was gnarled and it was found on the corpse of one of the druids.
Yeah.
There isn't some other hideous reason.
Okay.
But
Nana,
anyway, Nana's looking at the group like, but they don't know how strong it is. If you, she points at Wave, that Layla and Kale like can sneak around. We could go up and greet them in person, offer them some cookies and a good beating. Nana smiles.
oh
Kel
my
just
word.
laughs at her mention of us being strong.
Well, actually, I kind of look at it and say, cookies?
Nana pats her hands like, the best kind, darling.
As much as.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
If you can see the look of confusion on Ollaras' face as she says that, it'd be quite funny, I think.
Right. Well, as much as I love the idea of an ambush, we don't know how many strong they are either. We don't really even know where the thing we're looking for is. I just feel like we should get a closer look, and then maybe we can ambush if it looks favorable. Or we could continue our path around these very, very spooky rocks.
I have the feeling that what we're after is near that tree in the center, but I'm not sure.
Mm.
Well, I'm just saying,
it's
I don't. Mi-
absolutely fine.
Nana just kind of shrugs, like, well, I'm just saying, I don't mind being bait if we do decide to do an ambush. She straightens her shawl. Besides, who would suspect a homely old woman like myself to be capable of anything?
I would.
Besides you, darling.
Kel just looks at her like, you do know you're in Barovia, right? You did listen to my spiel, right? Like this is hell, and little children are
Oh, God.
evil, old ladies are evil, handsome men are evil. Everything is evil.
Like, I've already been to hell and I came back with the devil's sword.
Who are you?
I'm Nana, darling.
Oh my word.
Maybe. Hmm. I mean, who else? Maybe they're friendly. Who knows? That argument should be made. You know.
God, Quentin.
I know probably not, but
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
maybe we should not murder people. Just be like, Quentin, what the hell are you saying? I know this is a 180 like Lunissa, but I'm just saying, like
Sorry,
maybe
that's contextually funny as all hell.
look, maybe they're not evil. You know, you never know. They were stuck here as well. Maybe they're doing some kind of ritual to get us out of this place. You know, you never know if you don't, try to be friendly. If you guys want, I can go up and ask them and be a distraction, and then if things go wrong, you can stab them. But you know,
So
maybe
you walk up. So you're willing to walk up to an evil tree and say, "Excuse me, are you friendly?"
yeah, I mean, I just want to know what they're doing. Maybe they're not evil. And if
Wait,
things go wrong, you guys get to drop on them because I'll be distracting them because we might need some distraction from the clanky clank.
darling, darling. Nana kind of pats your cheek and says, leave the distraction to me, sweetie. And she kind of adjusts her shawl and holds her basket and, you know, begins to slowly walk up the hill. slowly,
If we
very
can get
slowly.
up there from here, I think we have to go back around.
Yeah,
Um,
this is a rather steep hill. It could easily crumble under your feet.
hmm.
Yeah, I better not go this way with my negative modifier index.
Wait. So this is a really steep hill, and the only way up is that one path headed through that scary ass lightning area.
That would be the one.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. We're not sneaking past anything. Not if we have to head through that.
Well, then in which case, Nana says, she kind of like, I'll go in first ahead. You follow me, and I'll provide them what of distraction. Distractions was quite my forte back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. Are we heading back the way we came, or are we wrapping around to finish this circle?
I mean, we might go as well go back the way we came if we're gonna have to go to dangerous territory. Maybe it's not the best idea to walk into more questionable, unknown territory.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's gonna assume we're walking back around and nothing's gonna eat
Yeah.
us on the way there, so I'm just gonna do that.
On the way
So
back.
far, nothing eating you.
Yeah. No, you stretched.
What the heck?
I think it's terrible as happening. Well,
Well, that was unusual.
Yes.
Who's gonna be up front? How much time would it have taken us to go around and back?
I'm gonna say all that walking at 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
make another potion and hand it to Nana. Drink this like right before we go into dangerous states,
Of
because it
course,
only lasts for
darling.
10 minutes. That's another first level spell slot though.
Okay. So, well, Nana is walking. She's perfectly happy being the bait, and so she's making no attempt to hide.
Clank, 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 clank.
With her in her little basket, and her sword, and her shield.
Yep, all that good stuff.
Yes. Mm.
Layla
Alright.
is keeping you company.
Yeah. I can't use an old woman as bait.
Even if the old lady herself hasn't. Can we go around the circle, or would that be too steep of a hill?
It's up to you. You've now reached this part, and I will read over the description again so that you can know what you're looking at. Atop the hill is a wide ring of black boulders and smaller rocks that collectively form a makeshift wall enclosing a field of dead grass. Lightning strikes the edge of the ring from time to time, illuminating a ghastly 50-foot tall statue made of tightly woven twigs and packed with black earth. The statue resembles a towering cloaked man with fangs. You can make out the fangs now that you're close enough.
What do you
Darling,
want?
wave, darling. Do you mind using some fire? I think
Um,
this Edith needs to be, well, put to rest.
I mean, sure thing. Let me just. I will. I'll just do flaming sphere on it. Because it's the
Okay.
only I have.
All right. The moment that it's hit with fire, you hear loud screams coming from all over the hill, along with a loud creaking noise coming from this tree down here. All of a sudden, you hear rocks shifting from various graves all around, even some that you might have passed by, and the cries and shouts of people readying themselves for battle are now charging up the sides of the hill at such angles that Nana was not able to manage, considering. But that they, without shoes, without heavy armor, can easily make. There are a bunch of charging druids coming right at you.
I mean,
That's
I have a flaming death sphere that I can just move that direction.
Yeah, but
um,
they're not in a tightly packed area. Is the thing. So I'm
can
gonna
we
set.
start a wildfire and burn them all?
I am going to set up a battle map, and we can do that then. At that point.
Oops.
Chris,
Nana.
normally,
Okay, so I'm going to personally say that I'm sorry, but Nana is not.
Chris, just
Yep.
for reference, Lunista is my only murder-hungry character. Like,
we're just so used to Linissa's shenanigans at this point that it's funny when you're playing any character that isn't like that. Especially after her making an enemy of a hag by shooting just a random old lady in the woods.
it wasn't a random old lady; it was a hag.
She was doing nothing to anybody. She was just living. She wasn't a threat to you. She wasn't a threat to anyone else.
I mean, she was a hag and she was eating a kid's leg, so.
She was not eating a kid's leg, no matter how many times you say that. She was
Look,
picking mushrooms.
look, I am a bit scared that we're going to battle map though.
Yeah, just give me a minute. Some of these things did not appear properly.
I mean, like, if we all die, we get to roll up new characters anyway.
No, did you forget?
Did you forget what happened last time you guys died?
Yeah, we're in Jumanji. Don't worry about it.
I didn't die, so I never played this game.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
I've only heard a little bit about it and seen a few videos, kind of about the setting, but I've never actually played.
We died in the first session, but we woke up outside alive Jumanji style. Luckily, there wasn't like an evil hippo that just instantly murdered us afterwards, We're gonna be fine though.
So are you saying we don't actually die, but
No,
we have.
wait. The people with the marks on their hands don't actually die easily.
Oh,
The other person over there on the other hand might not be so lucky.
so
Yeah.
all right. Well, I don't mind rolling in a new character if worst comes to worst.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
But I had a lot of fun. But I had a lot of fun planned for Nana.
Statistically speaking, it will be me.
All right, let's go fight some. Let's go fight some druids.
Oh, this might be a weird. Do I actually even have the range to get my fire to the burning statue? That's actually a good question. Because it doesn't go that far, and it's like 170 feet away.
Yeah, I need to actually build them. I need to put the because we can't actually fight on that map because of the stupid scale. I need to quickly put up a 250 circle of stone and a statue.
Yeah. Let me just look at my. We're still level 5, right?
Yes, you are level 5.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. I have the super duper powerful healing. And the super duper powerful acid damage.
But you know what?
Okay.
This picture would actually work fine. Okay, so it's 5. That takes up at least that amount of space. I'm going to do a quick.
Nana, don't forget that you have more AC than is showing.
Yeah.
Because you drink the potion.
Yep,
Does
so
it do
that puts me
anything
at
else?
19 right now.
Okay, so the map, the battle map itself is too it's too small for the entire thing. So I'm just gonna do some quick stones around the outside of the area just to mark a general location for those stones where the lightning's coming down.
Can't you just quickly grab a print? I mean, not a print scheme, but like a cutout.
What?
Like if you use the snipping tool, you can snip a picture of the thing and then just upscale it, right?
That would look really bad. I've
Yeah.
tried that before. The way
Yeah.
it stretches way too big. So this is
Fair.
yeah. So I'm basically just doing this. And we can now pretend it's a circle.
Yay! I can pretend anything's a circle.
It's not a perfect circle, man. I'm gonna give you shit, so much shit, if it's not perfect, Chris. Oh god.
You'll be the first to die.
Like that's not a deterrent, that's already a fact. Like, I mean, I that's the most empty threat I've ever heard.
Alright, so you'll be the last to die, but you'll watch all of us die.
Yeah, that's
And
better.
you'll be kept alive.
That's better. That's more like it.
Okay, can you see this map? So this is the stone circle at the moment with the statue that's currently on fire.
I
I
don't.
can't see the map.
It's
Let me fix this. I think it's got an old legacy. Yeah, it does.
total
Yeah.
darkness.
There we
Oh,
go. It had legacy. Okay. So just as this the circle, that's where the statue's burning. Ranger tokens.
this is a square, not a circle. Shame. Shame,
It's
Grizz.
as circly as I can make it with this. I'm gonna.
I don't think
Smack you
she
in the head.
completely intended for us to light the thing on fire.
And have to face a battle right in the middle of things. Yeah.
Chris, this is Curse of Strahd. Not expecting fire is like expecting us not to steal anything. Like, we've already set one building on fire, and like, remember the last time we tried this campaign? Like, it's gonna happen.
Yep. Yeah, that's circle in the middle is so big. It's 250 feet. So this is basically the best representation I can get of it. It's not the proper scale, but it's good enough for a battle map. So where's everyone else?
I'm not on the map.
Yeah, put down your token and arrange your character. Oh, that's right, you're not. Sorry, my bad. Forgot. Okay, so now just set up your token wherever you feel she would be standing.
In front of Layla because she promised she would protect her.
And okay, there's Cal.
I forgot. This does a lot of damage now.
Yep. Yeah, you're not attuned to this yet, Layla, but I'm gonna put this spear in your under magical items just so that I remember that you have it.
Okay.
What's it named? Cursed magical stick. I should get myself more fire spells and acid spells. Those points are very tiny.
Well, everyone is. I'll fix them in a second. They're just whenever I move it, I can't see them anymore, so that's not good.
Maybe I should get poison spray. Because that would do a lot of damage.
I didn't realize I was gonna plug them in like this. God damn it.
Oh, can I get a flaming sphere token?
Uh, sure. I'll try. I don't have any spells on this one, do I? That's why I liked starting to write up the spells thing on the other one, but it uh, does take time.
Does this apply to... I think it does. Gain a bonus roll to one roll of the spell. That roll must restore hit points or damage roll, yeah. So that should apply to this.
So, what's the area effect of a flaming sphere? Is it just the 5 feet, or is it larger?
Uh, it's 5 feet. Like, it's basically everything that would get attack of opportunity range.
Okay, so that's so it hurts everything around it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
mean,
thought.
and in itself as
Well,
well. But
well,
you know.
yeah. I'm just making sure that I have the area effect around. There you go.
Lots and lots of fire.
Let's see. Who am I still looking for here? Alira. I'm waiting for Alira. I've got druids and berserkers. Berserkers. Oh, I thought it was. 1 second. Is that better? Do you see the grid?
Yep.
Okay.
If you put it on the map layer, we should also see the grid.
It is on the map layer.
I just see white now.
Oh, great. I don't know what's going on with this. Hold on. That's why I
I
was
think.
asking.
Okay, yeah. No, now it's okay.
That's just the background. That's not the map. That's not the grid.
I mean, I see the
Because
grid.
the grid's on and it shows all that, so it should be showing itself. I don't know why some of you different of you are having problems at different times. This is
Um,
weird.
I think we can see the grid. It's just like light,
I see
or
a
at
slight
least for
grid.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if there's any way of fixing that. Hold on. Ah, yes, there is a way to for putting a different color on that. There we go.
Oh, that's way better.
Ah.
Yep.
So I'm still waiting for everyone to finish rolling.
I didn't roll. I guess I didn't roll. Sorry.
The druids, or just roll them each one by one? I mean, I guess there's not that many of them.
I mean, quite a bit up top and down
There's
below.
only
That's-
12 of them. I mean,
There's only 12 of them we can handle. Well,
and
that's
they're all
fine.
rolling really bad.
Yeah, fair. I mean, if they stay here, I can just like burn all of them. I mean, wait, how far can I move that?
Okay, got everyone. And the ranger goes first.
Yay.
Right off the bat, I'll cast Hunter's Mark on this guy
Which guy?
right there. Yeah, and let's take a few shots at him. Try to clean up this battlefield.
All right. 10, 22, 27. All right. 2 rapid shots with the longbow strike right into this guy, but it doesn't seem to be slowing him down too much. He doesn't seem to be caring that he's bleeding.
Oh, don't like that. I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Near me? No. I don't want you.
Alright.
The druid back here casts Bark Skin. Let's see, how far can he move? 30 feet. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to move over there. Kale.
He's gonna cast Fly on himself and go up about 40 feet.
All right, put a 4 on that wing so I know how high up you are.
40 feet sounds good. I forget how to put the number on it.
Oh, I can do that.
I used to know, but it's
Yeah,
been a while.
you pretty much just hover your thing over it and press the number.
Actually, what is my fly speed? I forget.
Isn't it like
Fly.
30 maybe?
60.
30?
I'll just go up the
Oh,
full
60?
60. I'll go
Okay,
up the full
60 then.
60.
Nice. Berserker. Berserkers can move that far. Make sure the right one is being clicked. Come on, why are you so Bigfoot, Page? All right, so no, I do not want to touch the druid. I want to touch the berserker there. There we go. Ah, sorry. Even when I zoom in, it thinks the druid. 5. Ah, wrong thing. This thing hates me tonight. Sorry.
You're good.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's still running. It seems to be running right at you. Wait, that's a concentration spell, right?
Uh,
The burning sphere?
yes.
Alright. All right. This one, on the other hand, makes it up to you, Eve. Swings around their great axe right into you.
Let me double check if I have shield, which I do not, so that hits.
That's a good question.
So I need to make a Constitution saving throw, which I fail. So Flaming Sphere is gone, which is good. So I can cast other spells now.
Flaming sphere.
Yeah, maybe save the token and then delete it,
Yeah, that's a good thing.
because I'm telling you, I'm probably gonna use that again.
There we go. Done. Token is set up. All right. Nana.
All right. Yeah. All right. All right. Nana is gonna go straight up to Wave, the guy right in front of Wave, and she's gonna attack him with her rapier.
All right. He's now bleeding from the arm.
And let's see, bonus action. I cast anything as a bonus action. No, don't want to burn that spell slot just yet. Debating, do I want to cast Shield of Faith on myself or not? 10 minutes, that'd probably be good. That put me at an AC of 21. I'm gonna do it. I'm casting Shield of Faith around myself as a bonus action. Actually, I don't want to do it around myself. I want to do it around Wave as a bonus action.
Okay. You now have +2 to your AC, Wave. And Nana is concentrating.
Mm-hmm.
Anything-
And anything else? Nope. Just I have my shield out, so I will be for as a reaction, I will be imposing disadvantage on anyone attacking any ally within 5 feet of me.
Okay. Let's see. What's the token thing for that? I'm gonna use that for now.
Also,
All right.
Wave.
seeing that got stopped, let me double check how much range Acid Splash has. 60. I'm gonna Acid Splash. Wait. The both of them.
Who is both of them?
I picked these two because they're next to each other.
Okay.
So, action, Acid Splash. So they both need to make dex saves.
All right.
So this one takes 9 damage and this one takes 0. 'Cause that's
No, the druid takes 0. It's the druid that rolled the 19.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. And then bonus action. Do I have anything I can do as a bonus action? Bonus action healing word myself because I'm the only one who took damage, right?
So far.
Where's healing word? There it is. That's good one. Healing word. First level. 12 hit points. So that's 2 and 10. And that's it. I will raise my shield to defend myself.
Okay. So the druid that just got missed with the acid splash will cast bark skin on themselves and is now glaring right at you. It's there. Alira.
Alright. We can target myself, Wave, Layla, and Nana, and cast Bless at the second level.
And not Kale?
Nope.
Oh, that's right. Kale's 60 feet up anyway, so yeah.
He-
I have to cast it.
Kale doesn't want your pity.
I had to cast it at third because I would have to raise the level to get all 4 of us to 3. My turn.
Oh, sorry. I thought I accidentally hit the wrong. Okay, at D4. Woo.
So everyone but Kale has bless, it seems.
Nice. We'd be blessed.
Yes. Is that it, Alira?
That's it.
Okay. Let's see here. Druid. Barkskin! Woo!
Concentrating.
Another
How do you
druid.
concentrating?
I always use the pink. 'Cause it's on the far end. Well, and they use the yellow typically is used for as this person shedding light right now.
Oh, I see it.
I already put it on you. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't see it until after I clicked it on.
Another druid's skin turns to bark. And that berserker that Layla was firing at. And since they can't quite reach her, they will attack Alira.
Oh, yay. Have advantage? Or is it
It doesn't have advantage. It's not using reckless at the moment.
be a miss?
Okay. Actually, no, that one go right there. And that one attacks Nana. And misses. And final berserker. And this one now has advantage on Alira due to pack tactic. Not tactics. Due to, you know,
Yeah.
flanking. There we go.
Here we go. Ow.
Swings an axe right into her. Layla, it's your turn once again.
Yep, I am taking my shots at the one that I have Hunter's Mark on because they're flanking. Sharpshooter.
Nice. So that is 27. The berserker screams in pain as the arrow embeds itself in their back.
All right, and I'm taking a second shot.
That one, no, actually, that's a +3, so no, that doesn't miss. That one, you managed to get it right at the base of their skull, and that druid drops to the ground dead.
Okay, good. And as a bonus action, I'm going to move my Hunter's Mark onto the one right there.
Alright. Cool. Anything else?
I'm backing up.
Let's see here. Ooh, 30 feet. The druid launches some fire out at you, Nana.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to miss. Kill. What do you wish to do, Kale? Ooh. Two things of Eldritch Blast. Which one, though? Alrighty. So... Oh, yeah. Send your blast down from above and strikes the druid twice, killing them.
Death from above.
Nice one, Kale.
I would make a reference, but I'm not sure if many would get it.
Okay, this one's going to attack Nana.
Man, they're focusing Nana hard. I'm here too, guys.
Nana looks like the bigger threat.
I feel insulted.
Oh, Nana is the main threat.
You're just a very wet, strange man. She is wearing armor.
I am wearing armor too, Chris.
She's wearing armor and she is casting spells and got good other interesting things. So yeah, Nana, you got hit for 12.
Okay.
Next berserker is also striking out at Nana. So 15 hit.
No.
All right,
19 or above.
and now it's your turn.
Alrighty. The one I attacked is still injured, isn't he? From last turn? This guy? Is that
Hold
new?
on. I think he might have like 1 point of damage. Hold on. Yeah, he's got a couple points of damage.
All right. Nana is gonna come at him with her her rapier.
Yep. Yeah. 2 points of damage. So you pretty much just cut against this guy's cheek. Anything else?
Trying to think. A 38 was for health, so I'm currently at what? 4 now. 26. Debating. I think I can take a few more hits before I have to use my healing. Sorry. Oh, I need to make a con save for the concentration spell, don't I?
Yes.
Since
'Cause
I
you were
took
hit.
damage.
Yeah, because you took damage, yeah. And it's still up, so we're good. Wave. What do you do? Oh,
yeah.
do you have something else you want to do, Nana? I'm sorry.
Nope. Nope, sorry.
I'm
good.
gonna grab in my bag and splash acid on the both of them. Acid splash, let's go.
And
Oof, oof.
they both yell in pain as they're both hit with acid. You can see bits of sizzle coming up off their bodies.
Mhm. And I think that's it.
So this druid, seeing you casting acid splash at the others, is going to send some flame at you, Wave. And misses. Alira.
Alright. Attribute. So no, I can't cast that.
Which one? The one in front of you?
What? I'm targeting that one.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't see. Sure.
Ah,
Is that no damage or half damage?
no damage.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
So this druid here casts Shillelagh on their staff with a bonus action, and will attack you, Nana.
Okay.
She flanked at this point.
Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm. And she's having the time of her life, and that misses.
All right. Uh, sorry, singing.
It's fine.
This one also will cast Shillelagh on their staff and try to smack you with the Nana.
Which also misses.
Druid party on the
We're pretty tanky. I mean, we have high AC.
Shillelagh on this one. Let's see who is it going to attack? Let's see. They are turning around towards Alira and striking out at her.
Oh goody. That hits.
feel a heavy bonk from a staff in the back of your head, Ollara.
Nice, so nice of them to get it all nice and close, isn't it?
10, 15, 20, 25. Shalele, and this one goes after Wave.
That he rolls with disadvantage.
Oh, so it's a straight roll. That's still that since flanking gives an advantage and your thing gives that straight roll, still the first roll, which is the 24.
Damn.
Which unfortunately is a crit. So Wave takes a massive amount of damage. Well, not massive, more of a 14 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Going after Nana. Yep.
why not?
That's an advantage. Hold on. 14 notices anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
This one goes after Nana, but does not have advantage due to you being next to Wave instead. 18?
Miss.
Alright. Berserker goes after Ollara.
Yep. Misses.
Layla.
Yep, I'll move 15, and that berserker directly below Nana that I cast Hunter's Mark on. Let's take a few shots at him.
Alright. It's like everyone is in a nice little, attempted square around Nana, with Wave being the only one to keep her from being completely surrounded.
Only I had
Oh,
a
and she's
fireball or something.
she's having the
right.
time of her life. She's just like, she's yelling,
yeah,
she's screaming, come and
that
fight
one's
me. She's taunting
that
them.
one's dead. The one behind you just dropped dead, Nana, with a couple of two arrows sticking out of it.
Thank you, dearie.
Of course. In bonus action, I'll move my Hunter's Mark over to the one diagonal to the right, so I'll ping it.
Thing for other players, is it just you?
You okay?
Yeah, that was just my mic moving. Sorry.
Okay, for a second I thought somebody fell in their chair.
No, my mic stand is a bit iffy, so sometimes it just likes to move.
This is where I like my headset. Kill. What are you gonna do?
Just blast on that one.
Alrighty.
I get 2 on them.
That misses.
Yep, no hits.
And that misses.
And 1 down.
You see
my fly
you see
tap.
your Eldritch Blast just kind of flash off of the bark skin. This berserker over here is going for Nana. Yep. I close that. I keep forgetting that's an S, not a Z. It always sounds like a Z to me. Miss.
Miss.
Nana.
Alrighty. Okay. She's going to kind of look at all the druids surrounding her, and she's going to kind of laugh. It's like, oh, you're approaching me. And, as an action, how long does this last? Okay. I'm going to cast Armor of Agist around myself.
Ooh.
That's
At second
nice.
level.
Fun.
Yes, that's another concentration, so you lose the other
It's-
one, I think, isn't it?
It's fine.
Yeah.
I have 19 AC. I'll be fine.
No, it isn't.
Actually,
It's
no,
not
it's not
concentration.
concentration. Cool.
Oh,
No, I have it
right.
too,
Sweet.
so I was just curious.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to use my last level 1 spell slot and cast, actually,
Don't need to worry about my HP. I got it handled.
alright, then, yeah, I'm just going to use, cast Healing Word on myself.
Alrighty. Wave, what about you?
which which heals for 10.
Nice.
That's all my
I'm
level 1 spell slots.
gonna do what I have been doing. I'm gonna turn around and throw acid on the two here,
Okay.
because that's my best move right now. Because there are too many of them, and that does pretty decent damage. If they don't save, of course. It's a deck save, so
You
yeah,
hit
both.
both druids. Their bark skin is not saving them this time.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'm pretty comfortable with my health where it is now. I'm not gonna heal myself right. You know what? I might as well, because I can't overheal. Bonus action healing word. Where is it? First level, yeah.
Okay. And as you're doing that, this druid over here slowly's up, comes over here to hit the hit on Granny again. Bonk.
Oh, that actually does hit. Alright, so that puts me right back at what I was. 26.
What about your temp HP from the shield?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I am good. That uses all
And
of
But
my
it
doesn't
temp
takes
that
HP.
damage from
also
the shield.
take 10 points of damage from the shield?
Yeah. They take 10 points of cold damage, but the shield is gone now.
Yep. Alira, your turn.
It's pretty up for special ability. I'm going to look at
That
these.
shield drops after a hit.
It drops when the temporary hit points are gone, which is when you get hit by 10 damage.
I look at all of these around me. I got you where I went. What are you? I want you now. Thank you for surrounding me.
By the way, Emily, I love your status.
Let's see, where do we go?
Which one did you hit? I'm sorry.
All of them.
Oh, Word of Radiance. So that hits everyone that's touching you?
It's within 5 feet of me, yes.
All right. Let's see. Constitution.
Oh, I need to use
from
Word of Radiance. That would be good.
Berserker. Berserker's fine. Now the three druids.
Hey, I'll go, it's fine. No matter saves. And failed.
The middle one gets hit for 8
Yeah.
points of damage.
Bonus action, I will cast Healing Word at level 2 on me.
Okay. Okay, so Druid goes after Granny.
Of course. That misses.
Druid goes after Granny.
That hits. 18.
Smacking you right in the forehead.
And takes 10
Stars
damage.
dance before your eyes, and a bit of blood dribbles down your cheek.
I wipe it before it falls on my best card again.
Aww. Alright, this one is going after Wave, and you're still imposing disadvantage?
Yep.
Right, that's a normal hit because it's flanking with the Berserker. 22. That hits.
I'm doing
Yeesh.
my best.
It's fine. I have like a bajillion hit points at the moment.
So,
So did you have him? Did you have the druid take 10? Sorry.
Your shield already fell. So you took you took 18 points of damage, Nana. Because you already lost your shield in the previous druid.
The temporary HP, yeah.
You lost the temporary HP from the previous hit, and then this hit was 18.
And then I didn't change out my HP because I forgot to do it on my turn
Okay.
Because I healed myself for 10. That got 10 his temporary. The temporary got vanished and I got 18, so I'm currently sitting at 18 healing pants, growing from 36.
Okay, because I'm looking at you and it says 26 on your thing.
I know. It said I couldn't do. I forgot to do it when it was my turn.
Okay.
Also, don't forget about that.
Remember, it doesn't have to be on your turn. You can do that during other people's
I'm
turns.
trying. I'm clicking my token and nothing's happening.
Oh, okay, that's the problem. Do you want me to reduce
I
it?
got it now. I've got
Okay,
it now.
that was the only reason I was asking. I was like, okay.
I just do it on the Roll20 sheet because it's easier.
Yeah,
For me, at least.
depends on who you are. Okay, this one's going after you, Wave.
Yeah,
And can
that
that
hit.
disadvantage thing only works constantly from each level? Because that seems rather mega.
I use my reaction to seeing him get hit. Anyone within 5 feet of me, besides myself, I can
Okay,
So-
so
impose
that's all.
disadvantage.
That's only the one time. Okay.
Yeah, that's
So-
only
No.
one time.
One time per turn.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
if it's
'cause you
reaction,
use
it's one
your-
time per turn.
Unless you have more than
Alright.
one reaction, which
You don't.
most
Not
classes don't.
not that level.
You know.
Oh, okay. So I misunderstood it then.
Yeah. So as soon as I was asking, it's like, what kind of power is that keeps doing like that?
It's
Oh, reaction,
a
you
fighting
can only do that
style.
once. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Because I couldn't remember, and it's like, oh yeah, well, yeah, if that's a fighting style, it's a reaction. Yeah, it's only once per turn. So this
Okay.
one is at advantage then when it goes after Wave.
Wait, there are two people attacking me?
This is the next person that's attacking you.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
they
that one.
did only 1 point more damage than the previous one.
I still have 18 hit points. I'm fine.
This berserker goes after Nana.
Okay. Uh,
They are rolling good on them crits.
it goes after Nana. Fun.
11
Which
hits.
one? 11.
I mean, 11 damage.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean-
11 damage altogether.
Yes.
Yeah, I presume 26 hits. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
crit anyway, so it doesn't even matter, but yeah.
All right. So I'm down to 7 HP. Ooh, I'm gonna have to use some healing on my turn then.
This next one goes after you again, Nana.
Okay.
That misses.
Maybe I should fix up Nana.
This one goes after Alira.
How many spell slots do I have left? I used
22. Does
1,
22 hit
2.
you?
Yes.
All
I
right.
have one more.
So you feel the blade raking against your shoulder, drawing massive amounts of blood pouring down onto the ground, fertilizing the dead grass. Layla.
Yep, I got that berserker with my hunter's mark. Let's try this.
All right. Let's see here. That is first. It's a 20. First hit is a 23. Next hit is a 21. It's still standing, but it's got 2 arrows sticking out of its back.
And I'll call it. It's kind of a bitch move to tag team people. Why don't you head after me? I'm gonna back
Gale.
up about 20 feet.
What do you do? Yeah,
I guess
you
Kale
kinda
is going to try to. Well, is that going to ruin your hunter's mark if I down him while it's not your turn, or can you still move it?
I can move it. I think when
Yeah.
it's out, I move it.
All right, I just didn't want to screw that up. So Kale's going to try to Eldritch Blast that one if he looks like he's rough.
Oh yeah, he looks pretty rough. He's got 2 massive arrows sticking out of his body.
So
He's bleeding
that's
to death.
probably not going to hit,
Yeah,
and we'll just do another one at him then.
that hits. He's still up, but he is looking a bit more damaged. I think he broke off one of the arrow shafts, and now blood's gushing from that wound. Anything else, Kale?
So I'm a useless warlock. I can't do anything.
So that very berserker is screaming in rage and tries to chop Nana in half.
Oh god.
Miss.
Have you been making saves for Shield of Faith?
Shit. No. How many do I need to make?
At least
think-
3.
I think
maybe
one
4.
more.
I think it's 3, and it's DC 10 because none of them did more than 20 damage.
Right.
Okay. Well, hang
You
on.
got this, Nana. I trust you.
Nope. First
Nope.
one.
Are you blessed?
Roll a die 4. Yeah, you're blessed.
Oh, roll d4. Yeah, I completely forgot about the roll d4.
Oh.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that too. All right, that
Ah!
saves.
Let's do it again.
Second roll. Saves. Third roll.
Alright, hang on. Give me a second. My computer's being a little bitch.
Happens to all of us. Yeah.
Aha.
Oh, wait, no, the
That's a
first one.
7. You have to roll another bless. See if you get at least a 3. And you got a 4. You're good. So, Nana,
Alright.
it's your turn. What do you do?
Well, seeing all these
Living on the
men.
edge. Got it. Men and women. It's hard to tell with some of them.
I'm going to. Kale, you said that you'd probably heal me next turn? Because I'm currently sitting at.
Kale
I'll-
can't heal. Wave's gonna heal.
Yeah,
you.
No, not
heal.
Kale.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
I'll-
Not Kale. The other Kale that's not Kale.
Look, Blue Boy will has your
Blue-
back. Don't worry.
Alright, good. So I don't need to heal myself as an action. That's good.
Yeah, the Blue Man Squad's got you. Don't worry.
Alright.
I mean, you'll get a minimum of 9 hit points, so you should be fine.
Thanks. I'm going to cast Word of Radiance around around everyone around me.
Oh, Word of Radiance is a pretty good spell. Definitely if they're like doing this to you.
Now the question is, would that hit Wave as well?
I think it's only people you want to hit, but you can double check in the text.
So
Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on it.
All right. So let's see. I've got 3 berserkers here. The middle one takes 5 points of damage.
Everyone's taking 10 points of damage to hit me, right?
No,
no.
you that went away after you lost the 10. I said that
No.
that's
Extra hit points.
Oh, it does?
that it
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
it only lasts the one time.
Which
Oh,
is
No,
why
it-
I'm dropping it next time I level up because it's kind of useless.
It doesn't only do the damage the one time, it does it as long as you have the hit points.
Which you lost in one hit, yeah.
Yeah. So if they do 9
can-
damage, it hits twice, but if they do like 10 damage in one row,
My
It's not
AC
that
is so
great.
low that they would definitely.
it doesn't
do
say that. It
enough
just says a
for-
protective magical force surrounds you, manifesting as a
It-
spectral frost. You gained.
It's how
the-
it's always been played.
Oh,
If you read the spell, it says, "Oh, I don't want to cast it." If you read the spell, it says, "You gain if a creature hits you with a melee attack while you have these hit points, the creature takes
creature
5 cold damage while you
Uh-huh.
have these hit points.
okay.
So once those hit points are gone, the spell is done."
That is kind of useless.
eh. I mean,
Alright.
for a warlock, it's pretty nice because you cast at max level anyway.
All right. You hit all of the druids and one of the berserkers.
All right. They take 5 damage then. And I still have my bonus action, which is again all healing. Can't cast any for first level spells. Don't have any bonus action for cantrips. What features could can I use?
Oh, Bruxian is concentration. I have to roll for all of them again. Hold on.
Okay, that's fine. I'm debating what I want to use if I have any bonus.
Okay, it drops
think I
on
have any-
the bark skin. It drops on one of them.
Nope. All I have are just actions, no bonus actions. That's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Wave.
Okay, first question. This one looks very bad. Are there other people who look very, very bad?
Yeah, the one that just lost its bark skin, for example. The one right here.
Oh, both of them look very bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Because I was looking for 2 people that look very bad next to each other, so I can just splash acid in their face. I've been basically just like opening bottles and splashing people in the face this whole time.
Yep. That druid dies. I mean, sorry, that berserker dies.
Come
Dexterity.
on.
And the druid dies too. You basically. Oh no, sorry. The druid's still alive. The druid screams in agony as the berserker next to them drops to the ground dead.
And then after that, I'm gonna go like, "You're doing great, Nana." Healing word. Let's do second level, because she's helping me with the AC. Oh yes, that 1 extra hit point. You gain 12 hit points. It's pretty decent.
Okay, yay.
So that very same druid that you just acid splashed wave is going to turn around and smack you. Nana, assuming that this would hit, I assume that you're going to attempt to impose disadvantage. So I'm just
Yep.
going to do a straight roll then, and use your reaction. 19.
Misses because Shield of Faith. I have 21 AC right now.
All right.
It's pretty
Ollara.
nice.
To be fair, Kale, I didn't expect them to subtly set the statue on fire.
What-
See where
I'd say we're doing relatively okay.
If you hadn't showed up and we were doing this, we would have been in trouble.
Yes. So which
mean, yeah.
one, Ollara?
all of them around me.
Oh, sorry, Word of Radiance again. I'm so sorry.
Oh, we all be doing that AOE effect. Oh,
That berserker takes 8. And now for the 3 druids.
Ah, darn, they all made it.
The druids all made it.
yeah. That's my only sad thing about cantrips. It's save or
They
suck.
got high con, jeez.
Yeah.
Is that it,
Luckily, we
Ollara?
don't have the highest stacks.
I'm going to cast Healing Word at level 1 on myself.
Okay. Meanwhile, this druid over here is going to try to smack Granny. That misses.
Miss. Yeah.
This druid over here is also going to attempt to smack Granny.
Miss.
Next druid. Let's see. Next druid is also going after Granny.
Hey, why are you rolling a D2? I exist too, Grizz.
Because they're the sort that like to go flanking when they can. Does a 20
That
hit?
hits. Yep, 20
This other
hits,
one
and
smacks you upside the head.
that puts me at 11 HP at hit points then.
Oof. Good thing I healed you. Don't forget to roll concentration for Shield of
Yeah.
Faith.
Yes, I'm doing that now, and I've got the bless. And let me
Roll
use
your
that
bless.
bless.
Because the
Use that bless, man.
next druid's going
Please.
after.
Nope,
Yep.
it fails.
And the next druid is going after Wave. You've already used your You've already used your reaction, I think, since the last
Yeah.
one, or did you?
She did. She did.
Yeah, she did.
I did.
So this is at full advantage. Smack.
Still misses.
Still misses.
This berserker's going after you, Nana.
Okay,
Miss.
miss.
This berserker's going after you, Nana.
Miss.
We're just being surrounded by berserkers. This one though is going after Ollara because that one's behind her. 21.
That hits.
Like rah! Smack, smack, clang, crack, crack. Layla.
Yeah, there's this druid that's flanking with the berserker right here.
Where? Okay.
That's
One right
actually a
here?
very good one. Because they're basically flanking with 2 berserkers.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move my hunter's mark over there and let's try to take that one out.
Okay.
Get him.
You line up a
Hmm.
shot, and even with a little bit of twing on your bow, that arrow goes right through the back of that guy's head. The point sticking out of the eye socket as it drops to the ground.
Beautiful. I have an extra attack.
Yeah, but no hunter's mark this time
No hunter's mark
because
this
you
time.
already used your bonus action.
Yes, yes. I want to take out this one.
Which one? Okay,
The one that was right next to it.
got it. And another one, this time through the back and out the chest as it collapses to the ground.
They only have 7 hit points? Or
Uh,
that one was already hurt?
It's 14.
I-
14
Well, I was
because of the
hurt, right?
Colossal Slayer, and it was badly
Oh,
hurt.
okay. Yeah.
and I've been acid splashing everyone.
Yeah, the AoEs are really effective. Anything else, Alayla?
Nope, that's everything.
Kill.
I try to hit this one again, even though we know we're not going to.
Come on, you
That's
can
not
do
the
it.
spirit.
Eldritch Blast! My one trick pony! Ugh!
Miss.
And once more! Oh, that did some at least.
Yep. 13 points of damage. The guy's barely on his feet. Nana.
1 down on my counter.
I'm down to 9 HP. So Wave, are you healing again, or am I going to have to heal myself?
I have one spell slot left, so sure.
I am healing I can heal myself.
Okay.
I can
Power.
easily put myself back up to 29 hit points. And
Wait, what?
as my action, I'm going to use my lay on hand pools and heal myself for the whole 20 hit points.
Oh,
Nice.
whoops. Okay. Then-
And that's all right. So that's puts me back. That puts me at 29. And so you see her. She places a glowing hand on her heart, and her wounds begin to mend up. She looks at them, and I can't use my action, so there's nothing more I can do. End of turn.
Alrighty. Wave.
With that, I'm gonna. I don't want to take 2 attacks of opportunity though. I'm just gonna throw some acid over Nana. Like I'm gonna take out a vial and then I'm gonna use like my water powers to spray acid on those
Or you
2
ask her to
guys.
duck.
No, I use my cool water powers because I'm an ace. Because I can. I do love the
Okay.
artificer feature that gives me bonus damage on these things because dang, I need it.
Berserker takes damage, and let's see here.
Please fail, please fail.
Yep, they both
Yes.
failed.
And then I'm gonna take 1 attack of opportunity to go stand here so we can't get the double flank.
On
So
them,
he
not
gets-
me.
Yeah, I mean, so they can't get the double flank on the Lyra and Nana. So
Okay.
this one gets an attack of opportunity.
And that one swung and missed at you.
Yeah, okay.
And that druid is actually going to move around because you ran away and flank against you.
Yes.
Nana, are you imposing disadvantage?
Yep.
Alright.
Finally, someone's willing to hit me.
17.
No.
Lyra, you're up.
Oh wait, Shield of Faith dropped, so the icon
Yeah.
needs to go. I already took it off, but the icon's still here.
So not targeting wave. I can get the other 3 around me.
Okay. Berserker saves the 2 druids. Both
Ooh.
hit. The one there screams in pain and drops dead. This one just gives out a mighty yell of pain.
Oh,
Anything
it's
else?
bonus action. I will cast Healing Word at level 1 on myself.
Alright. Alright. This druid. This druid comes over here and attacks Wave. Be careful what you wish for.
I mean, we'll see.
18.
Nope.
This druid over here attacks Wave.
That does hit. It's fine though. I'm still here.
Gives you a good
For
smacking
now.
for 13 damage.
That 8 really helped though.
Berserker moves here, flanking, and attacks Nana. 22.
That hits 15 damage.
Yep, 15 damage.
Good thing I was at 29. Because now
Yeah.
I'm
Healed
down
up.
to 14.
Alright. Let's see. This one stays where it is and attacks you, Nana. Miss. This one stays where it is and attacks Ollara. 24 for 4 damage.
Yeah.
You keep going down by like 2-3 points at a turn. That one just keeps hitting you, but not for much.
Yeah. Be concentrated.
Getting pecked to death by a duck.
You should get get heavenly armored feet and just reduce the damage by 3.
Oh, bless goes away.
So everyone has now lost bless.
We are no longer blessed.
Yeah, you feel the tingling that you've been experiencing going away. Layla.
Yeah, I'm gonna move my 25 feet. Bonus action move Hunter's Mark over to the Berserker directly below Nana. Yeah, let's make a few attacks. Hey, asshole, catch.
Going after that same berserker.
Ow.
First one hits, second one misses. But that is a 31 points of damage from one hit. Wow. You got that guy, basically the arrow went right through the back of the guy's neck and out the other side. Incredibly painful, incredibly horrible to look at. Probably going to be fatal at some point, but the guy is still alive because it kind of went right between the carotid artery and the windpipe. But God, it looks awful.
Damn. All
Nana
right.
is unfazed. She just kind of glances behind. She's like, "Oh dear, you got a little hole." She kind of points to her neck. Like
Good after the druid nearly below you, Kale.
Yeah, she keeps looking up my robes. It's annoying.
Oh dang.
And that one goes flat to
All
the
right,
ground.
then I'll put the other one
He's
into
dead.
that guy.
The one with the arrow sticking through the back of his neck. He's having trouble talking and he's having trouble growling at people. Because he takes 5 points
Well, now
of
he's gonna have-
blast damage.
is he dead yet? Not
No,
yet.
he's not. Nana.
All right. Well, I'm going to put him out of his misery. 'Cause I'm down to 1 spell slot, and yeah, I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance around me.
Okay.
Oh nice.
Alright, that one. So the first one takes 9, second one. Both take 9 points of damage.
And the druid.
Yep.
Oh,
Druid
good
saves.
save.
Anything
How's
else,
the
Nana?
berserker? How's the berserker looking? Still on his feet?
He's still on his feet, but he is starting to froth at the mouth.
Considering I'm at 9 healing points, I'm going as a bonus action since I can't use an action. I'm going to go ahead and cast Healing Word on myself at the 2nd level.
Okay.
That's the last of my spell slots. Healing me for 13.
Wave. What do you do?
First things first, let's make sure I don't die. Last spell slot healing word. $16, nice. And then I'm gonna acid splash both the berserkers because they're next to each other.
Okay.
Doop.
They both fail.
Please kill that one, please.
Yep.
Please.
The acid is enough to drop the guy with the arrow in his neck.
Okay.
Oh yay, we're down to 3.
Yeah, I think we got this.
Ollara.
All right. That one.
Okay. Smack.
Bonus action cast Telling Word on myself.
This druid over here will come. No, no, this druid will come over here and flank against Nana.
That
hit.
hits, so I'm down to 20 now.
Alrighty. The berserker on the other side of you. That hits.
Down to 13 again. I'm like, darling, there's enough of me to go around.
And the last one, after having not hit you nearly as much as it thought it was going to. Will actually come around here and go after Wave. Disadvantage, though, because. That's Berserker. Disadvantage because you'd be using your impose, correct, Nana?
Yep.
So, yeah, that misses.
Hmm.
Layla.
How hurt does the last druid look?
Pretty hurt.
Pretty hurt?
There's blood dripping off them onto the ground.
Okay. I will take a longbow shot at them first.
Okay.
Oh,
That actually hits them. Well, actually, no. We're doing with nat 1, nat 20 rolls, so even though the 11 would have hit them, your arrow inexplicably breaks trying to leave your bow.
all right. Well, I'll bonus action move Hunter's Mark and take a second shot.
All right. And that kills them. The arrow just goes right through their head. Kill.
Battlefield, do either of these berserkers look worse for wear?
The one over here looks a little bit worse.
Alright,
But
we'll
they
target
both,
him.
but they both look fairly hardy.
Yeah, we'll target him. We're not gonna do much, so. 1 and 2.
6, -7. He yells in some language up at you.
Kill gives him the finger. And that's a universal language, right?
Nana.
Alright. Nana's gonna see the guy, standing right there. And she's trying to decide I'm gonna use Word of Radiance against him, so that's gonna do more damage than my rapier. Oh, that didn't show up.
Don't you have to? Are you full paladin?
No, I'm not full paladin.
Oh, okay. Because else you would have. Second
Remember
attack.
how she introduced herself?
Oh
Woman
yeah.
of the cloth.
Yeah. True.
Anything else you wish to do, Nana?
Nope. Can't cast any spells. Don't have any other bonus actions.
Alrighty. Wave. It's on you.
I'm gonna go into my bag and pull my hand out. It's coated in some liquid. And then I'm gonna punch him in the face, and it's gonna electrocute the guy.
The guy kind of screams in pain as you send bolts through his body.
And then I'm gonna move over here here. No, I'm gonna move over here
Because
so that we're flanking then.
Yep.
Oh, quick question: are they wearing armor?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, hide armor, but nothing metal.
Yeah.
Ollara.
Okay, what do we got left? Only no 2. Let's see. So I will swing it that one. Guess with an advantage. Wow.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah. Did massive amounts of damage.
Wow, that was some crit there.
Yeah, it was in a turn.
Alright. So this berserker is going after Nana.
Okay. That hits.
You take 8 damage.
Ooh, that puts me a nice little 5.
Yeah. Yeah, the berserker turns because of the tap against its back from Ollara, and it goes after her instead of after Wave.
It was a
And
little love
misses.
tap.
Layla.
Sure, I'll move 25 feet that way. Bonus action move Hunter's Mark over to the one to the left of Nana.
Okay.
And let's make some longbow shots.
You can do it.
And that's enough to kill him. He just goes flump down before he can hit Nana again with his axe.
Thank you, dearie.
Of
And
course,
she
Nana.
she looks very rough. Her face is turning black and blue. There's blood dripping from her nose. There's a few scrapes and cuts. And she looks like she's ready to drop too.
You're okay, shake it off. And I'll
Oh,
take
I
my second
intend to,
attack at the last one.
dearie, but I might need to take a nap and have a good meal.
Last one.
You guys did just wake up from your long rest, so unfortunately, it's gonna be a while before you can long rest again.
Hey, she's an old woman.
That's
Naps
just
are on the
true.
agenda.
Short rests for Nana. Kill.
Short rest doing shit for me. I need long rests.
The only guy that's left, right?
Yep.
Pew.
13. He yells out in pain, and he looks very rough. Nana.
I'm going to throw a javelin at him. I'm not getting in close enough to take damage.
Good woman. And just as Kale finishes his spell, smacking the berserker around, and the berserker turns to look up at the flying warlock, you launch a javelin right at this guy's back, and he goes and falls flat on the ground. That is it for the battle.
Yay.
Wow, you really demolished those guys.
Now I'm just going to look over to Wave. He's like, tea time, darling.
Maybe.
I think I could
Shouldn't-
use a little sit down. She kind of
Yeah.
heavily sits down using her rapier. And she plunges it into the earth and uses it to help her sit down. Adjusting her skirts, and one hand goes to wipe the blood away from her nose, and she kind of looks at it like, oh, my.
And I think that is where we will stop for this week. So hopefully, Sarah has seen from a distance that there was something horrible going on, and has probably been running this entire time to catch up, and will be arriving to meet you just as the last guy falls.
She just wanted to see how the man was burning.
No, she would have heard the awful scream coming from all from various cairns where druids and berserkers were laying.
Man, that was a pretty hard fight, man.
Yeah, Nana is completely tapped out. All my spell slots are gone. My lay on hands is gone.
I mean, same here. I'm lucky that my 5th level feature gives me like a bajillion extra healing. I mean, not a
Yeah.
bajillion, like extra 4 extra healing when I do healing.
Layla,
Helps
I mean,
a
like
lot.
Layla,
got
how
the
many
cycle of
arrows did
life.
you use?
16.
So give me a 1d17.
Do I go? Can I go ahead easily find my rapier? Not my rapier, but my javelin,
Actually,
or should I go roll
I
for
should
that?
say 15 because I mentioned that 2 of them broke. So actually, you find 15 arrows. Oh, actually, re-roll that because that would have been 0 arrows. That all of them would have been broken, and I forgot. I mentioned 2 of them had broken in there, so it's yeah. So you find 6 of them still intact. My bad.
Wave's gonna look over and he's gonna be like, "Can you use these?" And he's gonna like offer you some crossbow bolts.
I'm not as good, and I can't do it as fast. But I
Fair.
mean, I appreciate the offer.
Wait.
But when we come back in 2 weeks, Nana's gonna loot the bodies, or try to.
They're not wearing anything. They don't have anything.
They got
typically.
like ragged hide armor and weapons, nothing else.
Well, weapons can be sold for coin.
Yeah.
Maybe.
To be fair, we have a card. We can maybe sell some stuff.
This is very true. This is one way of playing Curse of Strahd. I'm traveling merchants.
I mean, we
I
might
mean,
as
like
well.
everyone needs weapons in this world. Even the children need weapons.
Yeah.
How else are they going to survive this? So we might as well loot all the weapons off of all the corpses and then sell them.